Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you all are fine and I hope you're good. Today we will continue our lesson on the prefix and suffix. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on your name, move on to language at the grade 4. The chapter is prefix and suffix. We did the first 3 lessons under. Today we will complete 2 more. We still have a lot more under prefix and suffix. So take that step by step until we complete that lesson, that chapter rather. So today we will have determine the meaning of a word with full or less, determine the meaning of a word with li or ness. Okay? Alright, so we have suffix for today. Okay. So a suffix can be added to the end of a word. Alright, so it's added to the end of a word. It changes the meaning of the word once you add it. Of course, suffix changes the meaning of the word and suffix added to the end. So the suffix full means full of. So full of something like colorful means full of what color. Then the suffix less mean without. Less it is without. Okay, it's like when you say powerless and it's like you have no power. Colorless means without color. All right, and it's like when you say powerful and you have lots of power. Okay. So as you can see from this suffix full and less, it entirely gives the word a different meaning. Because if we have color, color is different when you add full and less. So you can see why suffix changes the meaning of the word and creates a new word. So it's just like when we have cloudless. Cloud is a base word and it's a word on its own. It has a different meaning from cloudless. If you say cloudless, it's without cloud. But if you say cloud on its own, it means something different. It's not saying that we don't have clouds. Okay? So we have painless. So pain is like a base word on its own, which means different when you change it to painless. So without pain. And if you say painful, with a lot of what? Pain, right? So we have powerful here. Powerful. Okay, so powerful is like you have the power, you have the might to do a lot of things. And if you just say power, it's a total different word from powerful. So you can say that the suffix entirely changes the meaning of the word and it creates a new word in general. Okay, so let's move on to the test. All right, so we have what does what less mean? Full of what or without what? All right, so if it's worthless, it's like without what. So that means this person has no what whatsoever. So what does forceful mean? Without force or full of force? All right, forceful, full of force. So if you force somebody to do something, that is forceful. So weightless, full of weight or without weight? All right, so weightless without weight. What does truthful mean? Without truth or full of truth? All right, so truthful means full of truth. What does breathless mean? Without breath or full of breath? All right, so breathless is without breath. Okay. So what does wasteful mean? Full of waste or without waste? Wasteful, it is full of waste. Okay. So what does peaceful mean? Full of peace or without peace? All right, full of peace is peaceful. So what does heartless mean? Full of hearts or without hearts? All right, so heartless is without a heart. What does meaningless mean? Full of meaning or without meaning? Alright, meaningless is without meaning. Alright, what does doubtful mean? Without doubt or full of doubts. Doubtful is full of doubt. Okay, so what does restless mean? Full of rest or without rest? Alright, so restless is without rest. Alright, so that's it for this lesson. We'll move on to the next one that we will have today. We'll move on now. If you haven't done this, make sure you complete it in your free time, okay? Alright, so we have suffix are added to the end of a word. We know that, right? So it changes the meaning of the word, and then the suffix "ly" means in a certain way. So this one means in a certain way. So sadly means in a sad way. Ness means the state of being. So sadness means the state of being sad. So nervously means what? What does it mean? Nervously means in a nervous way, right? Fondly means in a fond way, and then clearly means in a clear way. So that's what the lee means. It leaves, like if you say friendly, so if you say lee, it means like a certain way. All right. And then ness is the state of being. Okay. Nervousness. So it's like saying what means the state of being nervous. Okay. So moving to the test. All right. So, what does directness mean? In a direct way or the state of being direct? All right, so the state of being direct, that is directness. Okay, what does calmly mean? The state of being calm or in a calm way. So, what does that mean? All right, so in a calm way is calmly. Okay, what does plainly mean? The state of being plain or in a plain way. Plainly in a plain way. Okay. So what does looseness mean? In a loose way or the state of being loose? So looseness, the state of being loose. Okay. So what does suddenly mean? The state of being sudden or in a sudden way? All right. All right. So loosely is in a loose way. Okay. So what does eagerness mean? The state of being eager or in an eager way. All right, sure, no problem. You can go. Yeah, and then you can be back. No problem. It's fine. All right, so we have the state of being eager. Okay, so what does richness mean? The state of being rich or in a rich way? All right, for richness, we have the state of being rich, right? What does strangely mean? The state of being strange in a strange way or the result of being strange? All right, so in a strange way, okay. So what does neatly mean? In a neat way or the state of being neat? Okay. So in a neat way, all right. So we have the next one. What does thinness mean? Able to be thin in a thin way, the state of being thin. What do you think? All right, so we have the state of being seen. All right, that's it for our lesson on the prefix and suffix today. If you haven't done this lesson that we've done today, make sure you complete it. So far, we've done 5 lessons under the chapter prefix and suffix. We still have some more lesson that we will complete, so we will finish that up next week. But before we finish, can you tell me if you have any questions? Do you guys have any question or not? All right, so since you have no question, we will end here for today. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you all next week. Bye.